with a tune. I'll go first, then I'm going to ask Carol to go second, then I'm going to ask Riggy to go third, and I shall put up a list while Nick's playing.
I need a bit of feedback on whether this actually comes out in anything like sensibly on people's speakers, because it might just be too low.
Great. Sounds really good.
Enola Gay, you should have stayed home yesterday. Ah, words can't describe the feeling and the way you lied. These games you play, they're going to end with tears someday. Ah, Enola Gay, it shouldn't have to end this way. It's 8:15, and that's the time it's always been. We got your message on the radio, condition normal and you're coming home. Enola Gay, is mother proud of little boy today? Ah, this kiss you give, it's never going to fade away. Enola Gay, it shouldn't have to end this way. Ah, Enola Gay, it shouldn't fade our dreams away. Enola Gay, you should have stayed home yesterday. Ah, words can't describe the feeling and the way you lied. That's to celebrate our increase of warheads. I think, so because we definitely need them, I think,
More than nurses, sure.
Yeah. I'm sure Scotland will love us for it, so having them all up there. So, Carol, I've lost you. Oh, you're over here on the right.
Yeah. Now I've got to get my words.
Okay.
I was learning this already, but it's sort of strangely appropriate, or maybe not appropriate, actually. Come, all you thoughtless young men, a warning take by me, and think upon my unhappy fate to be hanged upon a tree. My name is William Corder, to you I do declare. I murdered Maria Martin, most beautiful and fair. I promised I would marry her upon a certain day. Instead of that, I was resolved to take her life away. I went into her father's house the 18th day of May, saying, my dear Maria, we will fix the wedding day. If you will meet me at the Red Barn, as sure as I have life, I will take you to Ipswich town and there make you my wife. I then went home and fetched my gun, my pickaxe and my spade. I went into the Red Barn and there I dug her grave. With heart so light she thought no harm, to meet him she did go. He murdered her all in the barn and laid her body low. After the horrid deed was done, she lay weltering in her gore. Her bleeding mangled body he buried under the floor. Now all things being silent, her spirit could not rest. She appeared unto her mother, who suckled her at her breast. For many a long month or more, her mind being sore oppressed, neither night nor day she could not take any rest. Her mother's mind being so disturbed, she dreamt of 3 nights o'er. Her daughter she lay murdered beneath the Red Barn floor. She sent the father to the barn when he the ground did thrust, and there he found his daughter mingling with the dust. My trial is hard, I could not stand, most woeful was the sight, when her jawbone was brought to prove, which pierced my heart quite. Her raging father standing by, likewise his loving wife, and in her grief her hair she tore, she scarcely would keep life. Adieu, adieu, my loving friends, my glass is almost run. On Monday next will be my last, when I am to be hung. So you young men who do pass by, with pity look on me. For murdering Maria Martin, I was hanged upon the tree.
Ooh. Awesome.
Over to California, San Francisco, Riggy.
Let's see what I can do to spoil the mood. That was quite a mood there that we had. I love that. I think Shirley Collins did that with a rock band, and it was fantastic. He who will not marry be, with a generous bowl will toast. Let him in Bridewell be shut up, and fast bound to a post. Let him be merry, merry, merry there, and we will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year, brave boys, to be merry another year. Can you imagine being this sad and be merry? Let him know he who will not not merry, merry be with a group, with a take his bowl in course. Let him then have to drink small beers, no pennies in his purse. Let him be merry, merry, merry there, and we will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year, brave boys, to be merry another year. He who will not merry, merry be with a group of jolly boys, let him be plagued with a scolding wife to confound him with her noise. Let him be merry, merry, merry there, and we will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year, brave boys, to be merry another year. Let him be merry, merry, merry there, and we will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year, brave boys, to be merry another year. Let's hear it for Picardy.
Yay. Excellent.
Trying to prove we're not metro-centric, we're now swinging up to Manchester, which is going to have all the bloody BBC up there before very long, I think. Although Radio 3 is going somewhere else, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a song from the northeast called Here's the Tender Coming. Here's the tender coming, pressing o'er the man. Oh dear hinny, what shall we do then? Here's the tender coming of the Cheal Spa. Here's the tender coming, it's full of men of war. Here's the tender coming, pressing on, my dear. Oh dear hinny, they'll ship ye out of here. They'll ship ye foreign, that is what it means. Here's the tender coming, full of red marines. Hide me bonny laddie, hide yourself away. Hide till the frigate sails beyond the bay. Here's the tender coming of the Cheal Spa. Here's the tender coming, it's full of men of war. Hey, me bonny lassie, let's gang to the La, and let's see the frigate lying at Cheal Spa, with her colours flying and anchor at the bow. They took me bonny lad, he's best of all the crew. Here's the tender coming, pressing all the men. Oh dear hinny, what will we do then? They always come at night, they never come by day. They always come at night and steal the lads away.
Oh,
That fooled us. Right. Look, as a major influencer, because I've been told that I am an influencer, that I am drinking Malbec tonight. I feel, but I have bought it from Sainsbury's. So
and are you being paid by Sainsbury's or the Malbec Corporation to say either of those things, because if you are, you need to have hashtag AD. After
Hashtag
what you're
AD.
saying.
Okay, right. I'll pop it up on the chat.
Yeah.
Over to Roger.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm sure Terry remembers that song. Here's the tender coming, press on all the men. Dave Burland did a fantastic version of it. I remember he put us up once back in the day, and his record collection consisted of the Edgar Winter Band, Black Sabbath, and all the sort of stuff you'd expect from a traditional folkie. Anyway, Barnsley, I think it was. Bernard likes songs about rain, so I've done 4 already. This is another one. The leaves of brown came tumbling down, remember that September in the rain. The sun went down just like a dying ember that September in the rain. And every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sad refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That's September in the rain. Every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seemed to play a sad refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That's September in the rain. All right.
Where's that from?
It's from a film, 1937, apparently.
Oh, right.
I remember when I was a kid, Dinah Washington used to sing it on the radio, so it must have had a revival in the 50s, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go.
Swinging it over to Wendy in Stoke, as they say, if you can't score in Stoke on a Thursday night in February,
Well, I'm not actually
Probably
in
not Manchester
Stoke.
City.
I'm in
Unless you're
Stoke
Stanley
Newington.
Matthews.
that is, yeah.
It's a bit different, Stoke versus Stoke Newington, I think. But there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, this is a Richard Thompson song. So it's no happier though than anything else I sing. Play me a blues song, fade down the light. I'm sad as a proud woman can be tonight. Just let me dream on, just let me sway, while sweet violins and the saxophones play. And sir, you don't know me, but can't we pretend that we care for each other till the band reach the end? One step for aching, 2 steps for breaking, waltzings for dreamers and losers in love. 1 step for sighing, 2 steps for crying, waltzing's for dreamers and losers in love. Now they say love's for gamblers and the pendulum swings. I bet hard on love and I lost everything. But don't send me home now, put a shot in my arm. We'll drink out old memories, we'll drink in the dawn. And Mr. Bandleader, won't you play one more time? I've got good folding money in this pocket of mine. Oh, 1 step for aching, 2 steps for breaking, waltzing's for dreamers and losers in love. 1 step for sighing, 2 steps for crying, waltzing's for dreamers and losers in love. And so you don't know me, but can't we pretend that we care for each other till the band reach the end? Oh, 1 step for aching, 2 steps for breaking, waltzing's for dreamers and losers in love. Oh, 1 step for sighing, 2 steps for crying, waltzing's for dreamers and losers in love.
Excellent. Chris, where are you based now? Where's your house?
Mine?
Yeah.
Personal.
I live in Beckenham in South London.
Oh, South London. That's why we don't talk about it. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. A song from Chris.
Okay. This is a Ewan McColl song from the radio ballad Singing the Fishing. And it's one which I've realised in attempting to sing it, I can't find anywhere where I can take a breath in the song. So I'm still trying to work out where I should be breathing. Perhaps I shouldn't be. Perhaps I should just sing every verse with one breath. But I'm afraid I can't manage that. Anyway, see how it goes. Come, all you gallant fishermen that plough the stormy sea, the whole year round on the fish. I'm going to start that again because it's slightly high and I'm going to take it down a bit. Gallant fishermen that plough the stormy sea, the whole year around northern Minch and the Norway deeps, on the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found. It's there you'll find the Norfolk boys and the lads from Peterhead. There's Bucky Chills and men from Shields on the northern Minch and the Norway deeps, on the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found. From Fraser, Borough and Aberdeen, from Whitby, Yarmouth town, the fleet's away at the break of day to the northern Minch and the Norway deeps, to the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found. Now it's up at dawn with your sea boots on and down to Yarmouth Quay to Fishsmith's Knoll, where the big seas roll on the northern Minch, on the Norway deeps, and the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found. It's off with a boiler full of steam and your engine spick and span to fish the grounds, the North Sea round, and fish the knolls and the North Sea holes, and try your luck at the North Shields Gut with a catch of 100 cran. No need to wait for wind and tide, you're the master of the sea. Come, calm or squall, just shoot and haul and fill the hold with the fish to be sold, and steam ahead for the curing shed and the buyers on the Yarmouth Quay. Come all you gallant fishermen, that plough the stormy sea, the whole year round, on the fishing grounds, on the Northern Minch and the Norway Digs, on the banks and knolls of the North Sea holes, where the herring shoals are found.
Still breathing.
Super duper. And now we move back to the safety of North London and over to Pete and Maggie here.
Right, we're not.
What's he going to do?
Taking turns. And I wasted a bit of time earlier trying to figure out how to get this old thing on camera and can't. So it's finally come off the wall after a really long time. Down in some lone valley, in a lonesome place, where the wild birds do whistle, and their notes do increase. Farewell, pretty Sarah, I bid you adieu. I'll dream of pretty Sarah wherever I go. My love, she won't have me, so I understand. She wants a freeholder who has house and land. I cannot maintain her with silver or gold, nor all of the fine things that a big house could hold. If I were a merchant and could write a fine hand, I'd write my love a letter that she'd understand. I'd write it by the river where the wild waters flow. I'll dream of pretty Sarah wherever I go. On the wall for the decade now.
Over to Pete.
Right, okay. Right, okay, I'm going to do a song that was written by Joan Baez's brother-in-law,
who was famous for playing the mountain dulcimer. Curious enough. And his name was Richard Farinia. And interesting thing is, the record this song is on, performed by him, says he's playing the guitar. No, he got his wife Mimi to play it for him, because he never learned to play the guitar. There you go. What a clever clogs he was. A song about the civil rights era in the States, using a Scottish traditional tune. Come round by my side, and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly, 'twill do no one wrong. On Birmingham Sunday, the blood ran like wine, and the choir kept singing of freedom. That cold autumn morning, now I saw the sun. Little Addie Mae Collins, her number was 1. In an old Baptist church, there was no need to run, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The clouds, they were grey, and the autumn winds blew, and Dennis McNair brought the number to 2. The falcon of death was a creature she knew, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The church, it was crowded, and no one could see that Cynthia Wellesley's dark number was 3. Her prayers and her feelings would shame you and me, and the choir kept singing of freedom. Young Carl Robertson entered the door, and the number the killers had given was 4. She asked for a blessing, but asked for no more, and the choir kept singing of freedom. On Birmingham Sunday, the boy shook the ground, and people all over the world turned around, for no one recalled a more cowardly sound, and the choir kept singing of freedom. The men of yon forest, they are scared of me. How many tall ships sail in the no, they don't. The men of yon forest, they are scared of me. How many strawberries grow in the salt sea? And I'll ask them back, or with a tear in my eye, how many tall ships in the forest? The Sunday has come, and the Sunday has gone, and I can't do much more than just sing you this song. I'll sing it so softly, 'twill do no one wrong, and the choir keeps on singing of freedom.
Thank you, that was great.
And now we swing over this edition of Wagner Meets Folk to Mr. Martin Nail.
Hello, yes.
Hello.
I thought you were going to ask me where I was and things like that. I mean,
No, we know where you are. I've asked you before, and you've got all the maps, so you know everywhere. So it's
right. Okay. Yes, this is a month late, I suppose, and I believe this isn't the tune it was originally written for, but I learnt it from Bert Lloyd's folk song in England, and so I suspect it's a tune that Bert Lloyd invented or nicked from somewhere else. Anyhow. Oh, let's not think of tomorrow, lest we disappointed be. Our joys may turn to sorrows, as we all may daily see. Today we're strong and healthy, but tomorrow comes a change. As we may see by the explosion there has been at Trimden Grange. Men and boys set out that morning for to earn their daily bread, not thinking by the evening they'd be numbered with the dead. Let's think of Mrs. Barnett, once had sons but now has none. By the Trimden Grange explosion, Joseph, George and James are gone. February left behind it what will never be forgot. Weeping widows, helpless children may be found in every cot. They ask if fathers left them, and the mother hangs her head, and with a weeping widow's feelings tells the child its father's dead. God protect the weeping widows and lift up each drooping head. Be a father to the orphans, do not let them cry for bread. Death pays us all a visit, they are only gone before, and we'll meet the Trimden victims where explosions are no more.
That is great, Mike. Thank you.
Play on the song.
It was originally written, the original melody was the same as I've been working on the railroad, which was certainly doesn't reflect the storyline at all, but an interesting anecdote.
over to Simon in North London.
You're in North London,
and
yeah.
safe. Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah.
Nick, can you remind me how I need the sound set on this now?
Yes.
I have original sound turned on, and I have. Hang on a sec.
Have you got a tick for high fidelity music? Music mode.
I have that. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Can I just put a message out to Rick, who hasn't got chat, to say he's on after Terry because of where he is on the screen, but you don't know that because your screen's different to mine.
And I've got suppressed background noise set to low. Is that right?
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how it works then.
Yeah, and see how it works. Exactly.
He's a Zoom virgin, isn't he? Shush.
Not quite.
Well, since Bernard likes songs about rain,
My Henry's wonderful guitar. It's better.
every time it rains, I think of you. Because that's the time I feel so blue. That's when my love comes falling down. I need my love around when it rains. You know it's true. Since the time that you left, I've been giving my loving to nobody else. Every time I hear your name, I get all filled up with pain when it rains. Every time it rains, tears begin to fall. Without you, darling, I'm nowhere at all. So, darling, hear my plea. You got just what I need when it rains. So, darling, hear my plea. You got just what I need when it rains. So, darling, hear my plea. You got just what I need when it rains.
That was fine. So, were you playing a resonator guitar?
That one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it sounded. That's all right. It sounded more resonator than I thought it was. Yeah, yeah. Over to Terry.
There we go. Yeah. Thanks, Simon. Long time no see. It was great. This is a Hoagie Carmichael song. Oh, buttermilk sky, I'm keeping my eye peeled on you. What's a good word tonight? Are you gonna be mellow tonight? Oh, buttermilk sky, can't you see my little donkey and me? We're as happy as a Christmas tree, heading for the one I love. I'm gonna pop her the question, do you, darling, do you do? It'll be easy, oh so easy, if I could only count on to you. Oh, buttermilk sky, I'm telling you why, now you know, keep it in mind tonight. Hang your moon above the hitching post and hitch me to the one I love. You can if you try, don't you tell me no lie. Will you be mellow tonight, tonight, old buttermilk sky? Pop the question, that question, and do you, darling, do you do? It'll be easy, oh so easy, if I can only bank on you, oh buttermilk sky. Don't you fail me when I need you most. Hang the moon above the hitching post and hitch me to the one I love. You can if you try, don't you tell me no lie. Will you be mellow tonight, just buttermilk sky? Will you be mellow tonight, oh buttermilk sky? Buttermilk sky. Thank you.
Over to Rick. Where are you, Rick?
I'm in Somerset.
Oh, sorry.
My old dad's place.
Right. Are you going to roam around the house? Have you
not
eaten?
Again, no. No, he's 93, so I'm looking after him for a bit. All right.
Take it away.
Okay. I might do this. Well, hey, little darling, love those things we do. Go down to the station, arm in arm, just me and you. We'll go to Richmond, where the sky is bright and blue. We'll take some sonnets, watch that river rolling by, lovely houses all the way to Eel Pie. When we're in Richmond, together you and I, let's go to Richmond on the train. Weatherman says it won't rain. On the hilltop we'll sit in Ian Jury's chair. Distant city, think of all the poor sods there. When we're in Richmond, spend a day without a care. And in the deer park there's parrots, ponds and woods and bogs, nice posh ladies riding horses, walking dogs. When we're in Richmond, long way from the smogs, let's go to Richmond on the train. Weatherman says it won't rain. see jet planes messing up the atmosphere. Where they've come from can't be better than right here. When we're in Richmond, you and me, my dear, let's go to Richmond on the train. Where the man says it won't rain.
I was listening to your CD the other day while doing the cleaning. I often do. Usually I have Mississippi John Hurt's first, then you. All the guitar.
Well, that was a bit Mississippi John Hurt-esque.
Yes, no, that's right. No, yeah, no, I think that's really right. Well, apart from the words and you. Okay, right, over to David now. No, Nick. I keep forgetting Nick because I forget about the words. I'm looking at the faces on the screen. Right, Nick is next.
So when I arrived as a student in London in 1978, Nick Jones was at the height of his fame in folk clubs, and I spent many evenings over the next 2 or 3 years cycling to various folk clubs to see him, and have been seriously influenced by him ever since, as anybody who listens knows. So this is 10,000 Miles, seriously influenced by Nick Jones. Oh, fare thee well, my own true love. Farewell for a while, I'm going away, but I'll be back, though I go 10,000 miles. 10,000 miles, my own true love. 10,000 miles or more, and the rocks may melt, and the seas may burn, if I no more return. Oh, don't you see that lonesome dove sitting on yon ivy tree? She's making her moan for the loss of her own, as I will do for thee. Oh, won't you come back, my own true love, and stay a while with me? For if I had a friend all in this world, you've been a friend to me. Oh, fare thee well, my own true love. Farewell for a while, for I'm going away, but I'll be back if I go 10,000 miles. Thank you.
Lovely, Nick.
over to David, who's out there in the stars somewhere.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I think I'll choose something slightly maritime. There's another song I wanted to sing, but it's not quite ready. I haven't got my voice round it yet, so I'll see if I can brave that in the second round. In the meantime, this is a Phil Oakes song, and as everybody knows, Phil Oakes from Little Acorns Grow. Or maybe they don't, not these days. Anyway, it gets my okay, doesn't it, that one? And the ship sets the sail, they've lifted the tail to carry to the shore, straining at the oars or staring from the rail. And the sea bids farewell, she waves in swells and sends them on their way. Time has been her pay, and time will have to tell. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. And the anchor hits the sand, the hungry hands have tied them to the port. The hour will be short for leisure on the land. And the girls scent the air, they seem so fair with paint upon their face. Soft is their embrace to lead them up the stairs. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. In the room, dark and dim, touch of skin, he asks her of her name. She answers with no shame and not a sense of sin. Until the fingers draw the blinds, sip of wine, the cigarette of doubt, the candle is blown out, the darkness is so kind. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. And the shadows frame the light. Same old sight, thrill has blown away. Now all alone they lay, two strangers in the night. Till his heart skips a beat, he's on his feet, his shipmates he must join. She's counting up the coins, he's swallowed by the street. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. In the bar hangs a cloud, the whiskey's loud, there's laughter in their eyes. The lonely in disguise are clinging to the crowd. And the bottle fills the glass, the haze is fast, he's trembling for the taste of passion gone to waste in memories of the past. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. In the alley, red with rain, cry of pain, for love was but a smile, teasing all the while, now dancing down the drain. Till the boys reach the dock, they gently mock and lift him on their backs, lay him on his rack, and leave beneath the lights. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour. Soon your sailing will be over. Come and take the pleasures of the harbour.
Great, great.
Now, Les, you're in communication. Excellent. You're in voice. But David actually drove from somewhere to get here tonight, whereas Les has been on another Zoom session, so is dropping in late. It's a strange old world out there. Okay, rightio.
Yeah, well, in the last year, it's been almost the only way to stay in contact with people. My whole timetable is now Zoom calls. But anyway, so including many in Brazil, where I've been trying to continue my research online. So I'll do a Brazilian song set in a rural context, but quite different than most English songs about rural contexts. And I'll put the chorus in the chat. Those who attend the Unity Club may remember this from previous occasion. I'll explain the meaning. That gives you the keywords for the chorus. So the song is called Let Me Live. It's a famous song of the landless workers movement. So the chorus is, let me live, let me speak, let me grow, let me organize. So I'll do the verses in English before I sing it. So when I used to live in the backwoods, under the foot of those who ordered me around, I had calluses and pain in my hands, and the yoke was difficult to lift. But there appeared in the distance, backwoods, a lot that captivated me. It was beautiful to be with my brothers and sisters. There was no boss or oppressor. Straw flowered anew. Life was like a branch blossoming. The struggle for the land gave us bread. Love started again. The straw spread throughout the land. Although there were sharks who wanted to bite us, throughout the fields and the towns, we all said the people organized will win. So I'll do the chorus a couple times and you just follow the words in the chat. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Quando eu vivia no sertão, aos pés de quem devia me mandar, e a minha calor dorma as minhas mãos, a canga pesada para levar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, Déjeme crecer, déjeme organizar. Apareceu pelo sertão, monte que passou a cativar. Tal belo que ajuntou o povo irmão, padrão opressor não tinha lá. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Canudos outra vez vai florescer, a vida como um galho vai rondar, a luta pela terra gera o pau, amores vai de novo começar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar, deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Canudo se espalhou pelo país, embora os tubarões quer morder. Na roça e na vila o que se diz, o povo organizado vai vencer. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar. Deixe-me viver, deixe-me falar, deixe-me crescer, deixe-me organizar.
Yay.
Obrigado.
Here's the one I collected in America. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. A blind man in Savannah showed you what he had seen. A man with a plan, squares to please, Spanish moss hanging from live oak trees. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. Robert E. Lee and slavery, Native Americans and bravery, Southern manners and Southern charm, hide the hate and hide the harm. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. Freebird played in Atlanta town, General Sherman burnt it down. War is hell, we can see. Peace ain't cheap, freedom ain't free. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. Moon River Man on the Mulberry Grand, while the English folk played a wild rummy hand, with runs in sweets and three of a kind. Savannah dreaming, Georgia on my. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. Had a Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16. The Chevy in Atlanta, drove down Highway 16.
Carol, how are you feeling? Are you up for another one?
I'm okay, just about. I have to say there is a non-member joining us tonight. Can you see behind?
Oh, yeah, the cat. Yeah. And the name?
Cheery is there, but actually I have to say it's because she's on the radiator. It's nothing to do with the music.
Right.
I'm going to get my note from the piano.
I was hoping the cat was going to sing for us.
Yeah. Just to kill time, I was 68 yesterday, and I found this burning bucket at 18. So I'm doing a before and after look at the moment, sort of at the moment, sort of.
I think you look just the same, Bernard.
Which
You
is
haven't
which?
changed at all.
You're saying the right thing.
Most of us have gone white.
I've actually got a book of your poems by my bed, actually.
Oh, bloody hell.
The other day.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot my note now. Anyway, I think I'll just go for it. Yeah, all right.
Okay, take it.
I go. Farewell, farewell to you who would hear, you lonely travellers all. The cold north wind will blow again. The winding road does call. And will you never return to see your bruised and beaten sons? Oh, I would, if welcome I was, but they loathe me, every one. And will you never cut the cross or drink the light to be? And can you never swear a year to anyone but we? No, I will never cut the cloth or drink the light to be, but I'll swear a year to one who lies asleep alongside of me. Farewell, farewell to you who would hear, you lonely travellers all. The cold north wind will blow again. The winding road does call.
Very good.
A very old family friend I heard had died today, and I had a really lovely email from her husband, and they've been married for 40 years, and he just sent this heart-rending email today about how am I ever going to live without Therese. And I just thought, it's just a lovely, what a lovely marriage they've had. So just thought I'd sing that for her.
Oh, over to Riggy.
Okay, I might have told you this story before, but I have this wonderful recurring experience every time I bring this out in public. It's an English concertina. Invariably, someone says to me, "Oh, what a cute little accordion you have there. Do you play Lady of Spain on the accordion?" So I say, yes, I do. And here's my American version of a familiar British folk song that mentions gayhead. It has nothing to do with oral sex. It's a place name in Martha's Vineyard. Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain, for we've received orders to sail for New England. We hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true-born young Wellermen. We'll trent and we'll roar on deck and below, until we sight Gayhead off old Martha's Vineyard. And straight up the channel to New Bedford we'll go. We hove our ship to the wind from the southwest. We hove our ship to deep soundings to make. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. So we set our main yard and up channel did make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true Yankee Wellermen. We'll rant and we'll roar until we sight Gayhead off old Martha's vineyard. And straight up the channel to New Bedford we'll go. Now let every man drink up his full bumper, and let every man drink off his full glass. We'll let us be merry, we'll drown melancholy. And here's to the health of each true-hearted lass. We'll rant and we'll roar like Jeru, you morn young Wellerman. We'll rant and we'll roar on deck and below, until we sight Gayhead off old Martha's vineyard. And straight up the channel to New Bedford we'll go. Ladies of Spain.
Yay.
Good song. I'm going to suggest we have Kate, then Roger, then we have the interval, and then come back with the Angel Band and Wendy. Okay, so Kate and Roger.
Okay, I'm going to play a tune, an Irish tune in celebration of St. Pat's Day the other day, and it's called The Rights of Man. It's a hornpipe.
Over to Roger.
Thank you. It's the 18th of March, and I noticed that the 19th of March would be Tom Paley's birthday. So I thought I'd do something appropriate, but I don't know if I ever saw him play this, but the New Lost City Ramblers did anyway, so that's okay. Once was a time everything was cheap. Now prices nearly put a man to sleep. We pay our grocery bill, almost feels like making your will. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? How can a poor man stand such times and live? I remember a time when dry goods were cheap as dirt. They'd take 2 bits and buy a dandy shirt. Now you pay just a few bucks more, get a shirt that another man wore. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? How can a poor man stand such times and live? Preachers preach for gold, not for souls. That's what keeps a poor man in a hole. We can hardly catch our breath. We're taxed and schooled, preached to death. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? How can a poor man stand such times and live? Well, the doctor comes around with his face all bright. He says, in a little while, everything will be all right. All he gives is a humbug pill, dose of dope, and a great big bill. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? How can a poor man stand such times and live? How can a poor man stand such times and live?
Super. Just wanted to I used to give this to Tom a lift home often, and he was telling me that his name wasn't really Tom Paley. He said, "Oh, it's Alan," but in fact, he told me he was christened Adolf, but for fairly obvious reasons, they changed it to Alan. He comes from a sort of European Jewish stock, and
what was his second name?
Well, Tom, I think it is Thomas. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't
Paley.
It was Paley, was it?
Yeah, it was Paley. It was Paley. Yeah, I think so.
Heitler.
But has anyone else heard that? Because I did wonder whether he was winding me up, but I don't.
Well,
like in some ways, he'd say these things, and you go, "Oh yeah," you know.
Bernard, we gave him a lift home one time when we had to end up taking him to hospital, and when sitting around in A&E, we found out fascinating things like his date of birth and his full name, and what was inside the camera case.
Oh,
his address book with Ben's phone number. Thank God.
Yeah, excellent.
A camera case.
What was his name? Did his name?
Alan. They called him at in A&E when they,
they called him Alan.
Finally called him. Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay. Well,
that was on his records.
But he told me this business, but about Adolf, and I thought, I wonder if that could possibly be true.
The NHS didn't have that bit. I don't
know. No. But I think it was a long time ago. That I think. Let's say I'm trying to work out what age he would have been when, let's say, the name Adolf became a bête noire. Yeah.
Harpo Marx was Adolf.
Reconvene in 5 minutes, 6 minutes time with a tune from Nick and a song from Wendy. Okay.
Not at the same time.
But wouldn't it be lovely if we could?
Well, yes, it would.
Oh, Wendy's had a collaboration. Hey, you could try that.
You all right, Terry?
Roger's talking to me through the airwaves here. I've got D here. Roger, yeah. Hello, Rog. Nice to see you.
And you, mate, yeah.
I was playing along with that last one.
Oh.
In a
Pity we couldn't hear you.
key. Not at all. I got a few notes wrong.
Probably a bit tricky for you, actually.
It was.
Yeah.
There were a few fluffs. That was lovely. Great song. Haven't heard it for a long time. I'm just about to type you something that says "Lovely Rog." That's as far as I got.
Roger's lovely.
Roger's lovely. Yes.
Don't worry. I did arrange to have guitar lessons from Tom, but I never got. I've still got his card in my thing. It's a great regret that I never did it. We agreed the price and everything. I wish I had.
Yes.
One of those things.
Well, he would have been proud of you singing that last song. It's nice to hear it done in a standard tuning because I've always done it in open tuning. And it has.
I can't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We've driven everyone away. Hello, Simon. He's gone.
I'm going to go, Roger, get a cup of tea. I'll see you in a
Yeah,
minute.
don't blame you. Hello, Martin.
Hello.
You found it.
Yes.
Excellent. Matter of minutes. You right?
Yeah.
Jolly good.
See, a lot of people have disappeared, leaving their
It was me.
leaving their bookshelves.
Monopolising the airwaves. Yeah. They've gone for a cup of tea, I think. Or whatever. Yeah. Anything exciting happening?
No. Keeping Yes, it's the break, Tony.
Hello, Tony. Welcome. When you say you dancing in Sheffield, what are you doing? Are you doing it via Zoom in some way?
Tony? No.
So are you all dancing in front of your PCs?
Still muted, Tony.
I think she's typing.
Well, it's given you a fantastic smile on your face, so it must have been good. One of the Tower Ravens has a social media account. When in doubt, dance.
The Tower Ravens is the name of a very well-known rapper side, a young female rapper side, one of the best in the country.
Well, they used to visit us occasionally and dance in the pub.
Do the rapper sides kill rappers?
No, Rappercide is the name of a spate of killings where all the rappers die, yes. Rappers now go in search of donkeys to have their backs scraped.
We've hit the magic hour, so Nick, do you feel like playing a tune?
I could do that.
Yeah, okay. And then Wendy, yeah.
Played that and I knew this tune has been going around in my head. Sorry, what I meant to play was
Off to bed. So I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye, Carol.
I'm feeling a bit fragile after the AstraZeneca. So lovely to see everybody. Sorry to not wait to hear everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, Carol. Run out of breath, sorry. It's an Irish tune called Moran's Return. One of the benefits of Googling yourself, you find tunes.
Oh.
Over to Wendy.
Okay. Sorry, this is a bit of a contrast. That was lovely, Nick. Thank you. This is a Bessie Smith number. Okay. Honey, please don't cry. Listen to me. There's no reason why we shouldn't agree. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize. You're the only one I idolize. Don't cry, baby. Don't cry, baby. Dry your eyes. Let's be sweethearts again. Oh, you know I didn't mean to make you feel blue. Honest, I'll never do it again. Oh, won't you forgive forgive? Won't you forget? Do as I ask you to. You know you'll never regret if we just start anew. You know I'm sorry, oh so sorry. Don't cry, baby, there's no one but you. So won't you forgive? Won't you forget? Do as I ask you to. You know you'll never regret if we just start anew. You know I'm sorry, oh so sorry. Don't cry, baby, there's no one but you. Oh, don't cry, baby, there's no one but you.
Great, great.
Right.
Over to Chris in South London.
Okay. I'm not going to sing a song. I'm going to do a poem instead. Earlier, Martin Nail sang the Trindon Grange Explosion, which was written in the 19th century to raise money for widows and orphans of a explosion at colliery in Durham. And this was recorded by Louis Killen on an album called Along the Coley Tyne, which was heard by and owned, in fact, by poet Philip Larkin, who was not known for being interested in folk music, but he did have this album. And another song from it he chose as one of his Desert Island discs. But this song sparked off a poem which he published simply called The Explosion, and this is it. It's to the same meter as Longfellow's Song of Hiawatha. On the day of the explosion, shadows pointed towards the pit head. In the sun, the slag heap slept. Down the lane came men in pit boots, coughing oath-edged talk and pipe smoke, shouldering off the fashioned silence. One chased after rabbits, lost them, came back with a nest of lark's eggs, showed them, lodged them in the grasses. So they passed in beards and moleskins, fathers, brothers, nicknames, laughter, through the tall gates standing open. At noon there came a tremor. Cows stopped chewing for a second. Sun, scarfed as in a heat haze, dimmed. The dead go on before us. They are sitting in God's house in comfort. Lena's lettering in the chapels, it was said. And for a second, wives saw men of the explosion, larger than in life they managed, gold as on a coin, or walking somehow from the sun towards them, one showing the eggs unbroken. That's it.
Lovely, Chris. Really nice.
You clearly haven't got the Attila the Stockbroker. Thank you. Where you shout out applause at the end of every a poem in a very aggressive manner at the audience. You know.
That was great, Chris. Great.
Okay, over to Peter and Maggie.
Okay, couple of tunes. Mike Hall, he's helping me. Yeah. Have you got another?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Flowery Hills and Fishing.
Come on. Always have to remember the B part before I can remember the A part on this one. Start again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yay!
Are you doing another? Or
Yeah. I have a song.
what's
I don't
on
know
your
if anyone's
T-shirt?
noticed.
Is there a whale?
Yeah,
There is.
Oh,
Not New Bedford, not Martha's Vineyard.
Nantucket. I am not the man from Nantucket. I'm the man who went to Nantucket. I know that rhyme. Yes. This is a song. People who go looking for songs on the internet may have noticed that you find a song, and if somebody's recorded it, it says it's their song, and you have to do a bit of digging to find out who actually wrote it. And I thought this song was actually written by Jerry Jeff Walker, but in fact it's from Todd Snyder. Todd Snyder. You know, the other morning I was hanging around in my house. I had that book with pictures of Madonna naked. I had that book with pictures of Madonna naked. I was just checking it out. Just then a friend of mine came through the door. She said she never pegged me for a scumbag before. She said she didn't even want to ever see me anymore, and I still don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. I just want to live until I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. Now maybe I'm dirty, and maybe I smoke a little dope, but it ain't like I'm going on TV and tearing out pictures of the Pope. I know I get wild, I know I get drunk, but it ain't like I got loads of bodies in my trunk. My old man used to call me a no-good punk, and I don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. I just want to live until I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. You know, the other night these cops pulled me outside the bar. They turned on their lights and said, "Hey kid, get out of that car." I was only joking when I called them a couple of dicks, but still they made me do the stupid human tricks. And now I'm stuck in this cell with a bunch of dumb hicks, and I still don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I'm an alright guy. I know I ain't just wanna live till I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I'm an alright guy. I'm an alright guy.
who did you say wrote that?
Todd Snyder.
Todd Snyder.
Todd Snyder.
A good name that I feel I ought to have heard. Or it's a sort of name that is out there, isn't it? Yeah.
I had the idea it was written by Jerry Jeff Walker, who of course wrote Mr. Bojangles, but no, he's recorded it, but it's Todd Snyder's.
Okay, over to Martin.
Yes,
Martin, why aren't you getting the invite on email? Have you? Are you talking with who mails it out to check the emails right?
Yeah, I must email Brian again and see if I can get it sorted out.
Right, okay. Okay, take it away.
Anyhow, I just totally agree with what really annoys me if you look up a song on the internet and it says by, followed by the person who's just sung it, as opposed to the person who's written it. Anyhow, we must start a campaign to forbid this practice. Anyhow, here's a song full of words. Whether they make sense is another issue. Oh, come all you little streamers, wherever you may be. These are the finest flowers that ever my eyes did see. Fine flowery hills and fishing dells and hunting also. At the top all of the mountains where fine flowers grow. At the top all of the mountain there my love's castle stands. It's overdecked with ivory to the bottom of the strand. Fine arches and fine porches and a diamond shines so bright. It's a beacon for a sailor on a dark stormy night. At the bottom of the mountain there runs a river clear. The ships from the Indies they once did anchor there. With their red flags a-flying and the beating of a drum. Sweet instruments of music and the firing of a gun. So come all you little streamers that walks the meadows gay. Come right unto my own true love, wherever she may be. For her sweet lips entice me, but her tongue it tells me no. And an angel might direct us right, and it's where shall we go?
This writing business, I did sort of express the dilemma on Facebook, and Pete's heard this, where I've got a book of 2 chord songs, and one of them I was sort of strumming away from the Grateful Dead, and I'm not a great fan of the Grateful Dead, and I after a while I thought these words are rubbish. Now I wrote some more rubbishy words when I was 16 of pretentious nonsense, but in 1969. So I put these words to him as that they metered. So they wrote the song in 1976, but I've got words that go to 1969, and I've changed one of the chords to a minor chord because it's a bit dull going from major to major, so it's major to minor. But I don't feel I've written it at all. I've just nicked it and mucked it about a bit. And so in the creative process, I don't quite know how that works out. Right. No, okay, but over to Simon. Right.
Muddy Waters song. You know the gypsy woman told me you're your mother's bad luck child. You know the gypsy woman told me you're your mother's bad luck child. You're having good times now. There'll be trouble after a while. You know I went to the gypsy woman, had my fortune told. She said, go back home, son, and look through your keyhole. You know the gypsy woman told me you're your mother's bad luck child. You having good times now. There'll be trouble after a while. You know, I went back home, took the gypsy woman as she said, looked through my keyhole and there's some man laying in my bed. You know the gypsy woman told me you're your mother's bad luck child. You're having good times now. There'll be trouble after a while.
Yay.
And now a guest appearance from Tony, who's coming in from a dance event somewhere, which is mind-boggling. Right? Are you going to turn off your sound, sort of, or turn off no, your picture? No, turn on your sound and turn off your picture. Okay.
I need to explain something. I'm going to sing a song from the jazz thing, but you need to know that finger waves are the style when they had their bobbed hair and they put women had short hair and it was bobbed, and they did that to make waves on their head, and that's what finger waves are. No, right, okay, now vision off. Hoagie Carmichael's song. Actually, no, I'm not sure it is, now I come to think of it. Oh well, never mind. Pennies in a street, falling leaves, a sycamore, moonlight in Vermont. I see finger waves, ski trails down a mountainside, snowlight in Vermont. Telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. Telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. You and I and moonlight in Vermont.
Yay.
Very difficult to sing that without It's very difficult to sing that without piano to keep you in tune. Hey, anyway, apologies if I went off tune.
Your singing sounds fine when you actually got the visuals gone, but you actually sound drunk when you actually have the visuals there. Your voice is wobbling around all over the place, but it's not unappealing, right? Over to Terry.
I'm not drunk.
That's what all drunks say.
Yeah, I went to Vermont once, and I remember the people we were staying with when we soon got there, and I said, "What are the chances of seeing an elk?" And they said, "There's a very good chance. In fact, there's one just up the road." And we said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, if you get up there, you should see it." "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, it was hit by a truck. It's lying in the road, and there's a 5-mile tailback. It's been there all day." So that was our introduction to it. The song was much better than the experience. Anyway, this is back to my melancholy self. Someone once said that love can be a bit like a tornado. It'll either sweep you off your feet or take half your house. And that just about sums up what this song's about. You took the tables, so take the chairs. Take the moon and stars. Take Manhattan or anywhere. Take my world apart. Take a left turn, take a right. The high road or the low. Take a left turn or take a right. Leave my heart alone. Take it easy, take your time, 'cause time is all we have. I'll keep the whiskey, you take the wine. We save the best till last. Take the good times, take the bad. Take them with you when you go. Take the future, take the past, but leave my heart alone. Sign the papers, take the keys. This old house is almost empty, and there's nothing here we need. So take no notice if I say I still believe. Take the arrows and the bow, but leave my heart alone. I'll take the margins, you take the page. Take the music and the songs, or take the sunshine, leave me the rain. I can't do right for wrong. Or take my shadow, take my soul, or take me as I am. And all I ask before you go, don't break my heart again. A cheerful little number.
Is that one of yours, Terry?
Yes, that's one of my lockdown ones. I don't know why I write these miserable songs. I'm not a miserable person.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I shall try and do something happy.
Right. So that brings us to David in the stars. Right.
Yes, well, not quite moonlight on Vermont. Haven't even got a moon on there, have we? No, it's a bit of the aurora, but not very easy to see. This sounds like it's going to be a pretty depressing song, but in fact, it's got a sort of a happy, uplifting ending in a way. It's a song by Tom Bliss that I don't get the chance to sing very often, and I just fancied it tonight. It's based on a story in a book called The Lovers' Graves by Bethan Phillips. Events that took place in West Wales in 1864. Excuse me. Dealing with a lady called Mary Prout, who was 19 when she conceived, and the father was not identified at the start, and because of the circumstances and the attitudes of the time, she was jailed for her sin, served 10 years of a sentence, and basically then the father was discovered, and he actually, the father of Mary actually agreed to look after her and forgive her sin. So it's quite interesting in that respect, examining the attitudes. You've also got an interesting device where each particular verse is introduced by a different character. So I'll start with the chorus. Who would care for Mary now? And who would offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever? Thomas Prout, Collier, father. When I heard the word from Saundersfoot that my Mary was with child, but refused to say who lay with her, I felt my name defiled. Thank God her mother never lived to suffer her daughter's sin. No, the Holy Bible is my law. I could not take her in. How could I ever take her in? And who would care for Mary now? And who would offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever? Hester Thomas, workhouse inmate, friend of Mary. The Union House at Narberth is harsh and cruel at best, and there Mary bore a sickly child, and I laid it to her breast. But when they heard she'd people near, they told her she must go. Oh, I never saw a soul so lost, or a spirit brought so low, a spirit brought so low. And who would care for Mary now? Who would offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever? Anna Prout, widow, grandmother of Mary. She comes to my cottage at Amroth, no child in her arms there lies, and I say, so where's this baby then? And suddenly she cries, at Union House it's died and gone, but soon that's proved untrue. when the men they searched the fields and pits, the worst of news we knew, the very worst of news we knew. And who would care for Mary now? And who would offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever? Thomas Allen, barrister, counsel for the defence. The judge addresses Mary. On oath you do admit that you threw your infant down the mine. How may this court acquit? I begged that we could not be sure it lived before it fell. But the jury's word was guilty. Lord, have mercy on her soul. Have mercy on her soul. And who would care for Mary now? And who would offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever? William Lewis, proprietor, Haverfordwest Telegraph. I stand against all hanging, 'tis barbarous, cruel and wrong, and soon our list of protest names was 1100 long, for Mary's mind was far from sound, abandoned, lost and scared. Thank the Lord, Sir George Grey did agree, and Mary's life was spared, and Mary's life was spared. Name unknown, husband, revealed to be James Rees. I well knew Mary's story, and I knew what she had done, but still I loved her for herself and the woman she had become. Long 10 years she served her time, full 10 years to mourn. Still, as evening falls, her prayers are for the soul of her firstborn, the soul of her firstborn. So now I will care for Mary now, and I will offer shelter from the cold and lonely night, holding her close and safe forever.
Wow.
Who wrote that?
Now over to Rick.
Who wrote that?
Tom Bliss.
Oh, don't know him.
Used to be in a duo with Tom Napper, also in a band called Slide. I think he's more or less retired from writing now, but he's written some amazing songs. Cheers.
Over to Rick.
Yeah. I went for a long walk today and I'm a bit knackered, so I'll do a song with just 3 chords. How about that? You won't have to wait I'll be coming straight. You won't have to wait. I'll be coming straight. Through the night sound, down the hill I'm diving. Edges brush the window. See the way the moon goes. You won't have to wait. I'll be coming straight. You won't have to wait. I'll be coming straight. Your light, the old place brightens. Expectation heightens. Standing at the front door. Footsteps on the hall floor. You won't have to wait. I'll be coming straight. You won't have to wait. I'll be coming straight. Through the night we'll prove it. Earth will really move it. You won't have to worry. There'll be no need to hurry.
Short tune.
Over to Les.
Song from Jim Woodland called Accidents Never Happen. He was provoked to write it by the comments made about the Chernobyl nuclear incident. It was only an incident. Comments by the chief of nuclear safety at the International Atomic Energy Authority, who said the public would be less concerned after knowing the true consequences, which were a not unreasonable number of deaths. So in that spirit, this is a reasonable song rather than an unreasonable one. So here's the chorus. So you can demonstrate your capacity for a reasonable, rational approach. Accidents never happen, and even when they do, they only happen in Russia, and they never happen to you. Try it again. Accidents never happen, and even when they do, they only happen in Russia, and they never happen to you. And even when they happen, they're so far away. There's never any danger, 'cause the wind never blows this way. And even when it does, the poison can't survive long enough to get here. And even when it arrives, it really isn't here at all. It's more like somewhere else, sort of over there, in fact, as far as you can tell. So accidents never happen, and even when they do, they only happen in Russia, and they never happen to you. And even when the poison's here, it's all a false alarm. And even if it isn't, it does no one any harm. And the harm it doesn't do doesn't show for quite some time. So for the time it doesn't show up, it's harmless. Get it? Fine. So accidents never happen. And even when they do, they only happen in Russia and they never happen to you. And when the harm has happened, it's no cause for a fuss. It won't show up for years, if ever. And even when it does, the number who will really die is statistically very small. Only one death per person, which is hardly death at all. So accidents never happen. And even when they do, they only happen in Russia and they never happen to you. And even when the deaths begin, statistics show us still. For everyone who won't survive, there'll be one or two who will. So, accidents never happen, and even when they do, there's a very small chance that you'll be the victim. And who gives a shit about you?
I was very lucky to tour with the Fabulous Salami Brothers, and Jimmy Woodland's obviously was the singer with them, and they used to do that where Richie Three Balls, the juggler, would produce 3 nuclear missiles, and he juggled. One of them had USA on, one had UK on, one had USSR on, and he juggled them, and Richie sang the song in quite a straight way, and then at the end he'd drop it and they had a thunder flash in a dustbin which they let off, which set the whole audience, sort of, it had a huge impact because they played it for a joke to start off with, because they played the 2001 theme tune on kazoos to introduce the missiles. Hey ho, happy days. So, right. This is my Riley Puckett song, I hope. Setting up the network, walking over town, talking to the main man, and then the deal goes down. I wouldn't shout out fire unless you're Arthur Brown in a firework factory, and then the deal goes down. You think I'm looking stupid, some say I am a clown. The custard pie's a killer, and then the deal goes down. Behind the tinted window, I caught a worried frown. The banker finds a blind spot when the deal goes down. If you're lost for language, I think you're looking for a noun. Ex-lovers have a long list when the deal goes down. I heard they dragged the river, they wouldn't let you drown. Clever money saw you waving when the deal goes down. No one wants a leader, no one needs a crown. Is everybody equal when the deal goes down? When the deal goes down, oh Lord, when the deal goes down. When the deal goes down, oh Lord, when the deal goes down. Okay. Now we've lost Carol, so I think it's over to Riggy.
What a surprise. So I will have to pull something out of my hat, I guess. Okay. I will do my dog song, as we say in New Jersey or New York. You know what I mean by dogs?
No.
This is from Devon. It's a fox hunting song. Well, here's to the fox in the earth beneath the rocks. Here's to the line that we follow. And here's to every hound with his nose upon the ground, and merrily will whoop and will hollow. So drink, puppy, drink, let every puppy drink, that's old enough to lap and to swallow. For he'll grow into a hound and will pass the bottle round, and merrily will whoop and will hollow. And here's to the horse and the rider too, of course. Here's to the rally, to the hunt boys. And here's to every friend who can struggle to the end. And here's to the tally-ho in front, boys. So drink, puppy, drink, let every puppy drink, that's old enough to lap and to swallow. For he'll grow into a hound and will pass the bottle round, and merrily will whoop and will hollow. And here's to the gap and the timber that we wrap. Somebody's not muted. Here's to the line that we follow. And here's to the pace that brings life into the chase. And here's to the tally-ho in front, boys. So drink, puppy, drink, let every puppy drink, that's old enough to lap and to swallow. For he'll grow into a hound and will pass the bottle round, and merrily will whoop and will follow. Now the pack is staunch and true, and they've come from centre view, and it's worth the risk to life, limb and neck, boys, for to see them dive and stoop, and then finish with a whoop. And here merrily will whoop and will hollow. So drink, puppy, drink, let every puppy drink, that's old enough to lap and to swallow. For it's growing to a hound and will pass the bottle round, and merrily will whoop and will hollow. My dog song.
Yay!
I think we'll do Kate, Roger, and Wendy. I think that'll get us probably to a suitable finishing time. Okay, Kate, take it away.
Okay, Biscayo. My true love sailed upon a tender, and where he is I do not know. For 7 long years I am constantly waiting, since he crossed the Bay of Biscay. One night as Mary lay sleeping, a knock came to her bedroom door, and there she spied her Willie standing, his 2 pale cheeks as white as snow. Oh, Willie dear, where are those colours I knew long years ago? Oh, Mary dear, the wild waves dash them, I am only the ghost of your Willie-o. Oh, Mary dear, the dawn is breaking, I fear it's time for me to go. I'm leaving you quite broken broken-hearted, for to cross the Bay of Biscay. Oh, my Willie sailed upon a tender, and where he is I do not know. For 7 long years I am constantly waiting, since he crossed the Bay of Biscay. Oh.
Now, over to Roger.
Thank you. I should learn some traditional songs, really. I know about one. Going back to Les's song, I have a friend in South London whose wife has got thyroid cancer, and apparently they say there's a spike in these, and the reason is Chernobyl. So there we go. This is an Ian Tyson song. It should be sung by a woman, although he used to sing it, but men singing women's songs and vice versa shouldn't worry a folk crowd, I don't think. I've never done this before, but I thought I'd have a go. There's a young man that I know, his age is 21, riding out there in Colorado, just out of the service and looking for his fun. Someday soon, going with him, someday soon. My parents, they don't like him, he rides the rodeo. They say he'll go and leave me crying, but I would follow him right down the toughest road I know. Someday soon, going with him, someday soon. And when he comes to call, my pa ain't got one good word to say. Seems like he was just as wild in the early days. So blow you old blue northern and blow my love to me. He's driving in from California, loves that damned old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him, someday soon. When he comes to call, my pa ain't got one good word to say. Seems like he was just as wild in the early days. Blow you old blue northern and blow my love to me. He's driving in from California, love his damned old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him, someday soon. Someday soon, going with him, someday soon.
You know your travel pass is in that box.
Yes, Wendy, you're going to finish us off with.
I'll try
with
not to finish you
whatever
off
you like.
entirely.
With whatever you like.
That was really beautiful, Roger. I think you shouldn't worry about singing a woman's song. That was lovely. Okay, felicitously, I hope I happened to choose this one, and it's quite a good nighttime one. Okay. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries behind you. What in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream, dream a little dream, dream a little dream of me.
I'm all ready for bed. Thank you, everybody. So I reckon we meet again on April the 1st. Is that right, Nick?
Yes, Bernard.
You must be joking.
Hey!
Oh no!
Shame on you,
yes.
sir. Shame
Very
on you.
good, very good. Thank you, Bernard.
That's my pleasure.
Okay, everybody, thank you. Good night.
Great night.
Good night.
Oh,
Hey, sweet. Yeah.
lovely. Thanks, Nick.
Cheers, Nick.